Some battles are just fights over land, others change the world forever. From the birth of England to the survival of democracy, these 10 battles forged the world we live in today. The Battle of Hastings, 1066. This is the battle that literally created modern England. When King Edward died without an heir, the English throne was up for grabs. Harold Godwinson, a powerful noble, claimed it, but across the Channel, William, Duke of Normandy, insisted the crown was promised to him. He crossed the sea with an army of professional soldiers to take it. Harold's army, already tired from fighting off a Viking invasion, raced south to meet him. At Hastings, the English formed a nearly unbreakable shield wall. But William was clever. He faked a retreat, luring the English downhill and breaking their formation. Norman cavalry then smashed through the gaps. Harold was killed, and with him, Anglo-Saxon England died. The Norman conquest changed everything: England's language, its laws, and its entire identity. The Battle of Tours, 732. By the 8th century, the Umayyad Caliphate had swept across North Africa and Spain and was pushing deep into Europe. Many thought their advance was unstoppable, but a Frankish leader, Charles Martel, decided to make a stand. He chose his battlefield carefully, a wooded area that made the invaders' cavalry almost useless. His infantry formed a tight, defensive square and absorbed wave after wave of attacks. When the invading commander, Abdul Rahman, was killed in the chaos, his army lost its will to fight and retreated. The advance into Western Europe was over. Tours ensured that Europe would develop its own unique culture, religion, and political systems for centuries to come. The Battle of Salamis, 480 BC. The Persian Empire, the largest the world had ever seen, had invaded Greece. Athens was burned to the ground, but an Athenian leader, Themistocles, came up with a desperate, brilliant plan. He tricked the massive Persian fleet into the narrow straits of Salamis. Suddenly, their huge numbers meant nothing. They couldn't maneuver. The smaller, more agile Greek ships rammed and sank them one by one, causing total chaos. The Persian navy was shattered. Salamis didn't just save Greece. It saved the very idea of democracy, philosophy, and Western thought. If Greece had fallen, the world we know might not exist. The Battle of Alesia, 52 BC. Julius Caesar was in trouble. He was conquering Gaul, but a huge rebellion united the tribes against him. At Alesia, he was cornered and massively outnumbered. Instead of retreating, Caesar did something audacious. He built 2 giant walls, one to trap the enemy inside the city, and another to keep their reinforcements out when the Gauls attacked from both sides. Roman discipline held firm. The rebellion was crushed. With this victory, Gaul became Roman, Caesar became a legend, and the Roman Republic started its final transformation into an empire. The Battle of Lepanto, 1571. For decades, the Ottoman Empire had dominated the Mediterranean Sea, and European powers feared they would soon control it all. A Christian alliance, called the Holy League, decided to confront them. The 2 massive fleets met near Lepanto in one of the most brutal naval battles in history. It was a chaotic mess of cannon fire and hand-to-hand combat on ship decks. In the end, the Ottomans lost over 200 ships. Though they would rebuild their fleet, the myth of their invincibility at sea was broken forever. The door was open for European powers to dominate the oceans, sparking the age of global empires. The Battle of Waterloo, 1815. Napoleon Bonaparte, the Emperor of France, had escaped from exile and was ready to reconquer Europe. The continent united against him one last time. At Waterloo, Napoleon faced a combined British and Prussian army. But everything went wrong for him. Rain delayed his attack, his commanders made critical errors, and the Prussians arrived just in time to seal his fate. Napoleon's army collapsed. He was exiled for good, and Europe entered a new era of diplomacy and balance of power that would last for a century. The Battle of the Somme, 1916. In the midst of World War I, Allied commanders believed a massive attack at the Somme would finally break the stalemate of trench warfare. After a week of non-stop artillery fire, British soldiers were ordered to advance, told that nothing could have survived the bombardment. They were tragically wrong. German machine guns opened up, and men were cut down in waves. The battle raged for months, resulting in over 1 million casualties. The Somme destroyed more than just armies. It destroyed the old romantic idea of war and ushered in the modern age of industrialized slaughter. The Battle of Stalingrad, 1942. During World War II, Hitler was obsessed with capturing the city that bore Stalin's name. The German army fought for every street, every building, every room. But as they were drawn deeper into the rubble, Soviet forces launched a massive counterattack, encircling the entire German Sixth Army. Trapped and abandoned, facing a brutal winter with no supplies, the Germans were slowly crushed. Stalingrad was the first time an entire German army was destroyed. From that point on, the Nazis were in retreat on the Eastern Front. It was the turning point of the war in Europe. The Battle of Midway, 1942. After Pearl Harbor, Japan's navy seemed unstoppable in the Pacific. Their plan was to lure the remaining American aircraft carriers into a trap at Midway Island and destroy them, forcing America out of the war. But there was one problem. American codebreakers had figured out their entire plan. The US Navy set a trap of its own. In a stunning turn of events, American dive bombers caught the Japanese carriers at their most vulnerable moment. In just one day, Japan lost 4 of its best carriers, the core of its naval power. The balance of power in the Pacific shifted in an instant. Japan never recovered. The Battle of Marathon, 490 BC. The mighty Persian Empire sent an army to crush the upstart city-state of Athens. Outnumbered and alone, the Athenian army did something unthinkable. They charged. They ran straight at the Persian lines to close the distance before Persian archers could rain down arrows. Their heavy armor and long spears smashed into the lighter-equipped Persian infantry. The invaders broke and fled. Athens survived. This single victory preserved Greek independence and allowed the golden age of Athens, the birthplace of democracy, art, and philosophy, to happen. Without Marathon, the Western world as we know it might never have begun. An English writer once said, "War must be, while we defend our lives against a destroyer who would devour all." But I do not love the bright sword for its sharpness, nor the arrow for its swiftness, nor the warrior for his glory. I love only that which they defend. Thanks for watching. If you found this journey through history fascinating, don't forget to like this video and subscribe for more content that explores the moments that shaped our world.